Okay, good morning, everybody. This is actually the first professional vlog. When I say that like a nerd, professional vlog. I got my microphone, my camera. I'm not using my phone. Everything's actually going to be a lot better quality now. But it is 6 a.m., so I'm not going to speak too loud because my family's still sleeping. But I'm getting ready for work, and once I am done that, I'm gonna record myself just going to the train station, catching the train, getting to work. I try not to eat that much in the morning, so all I'm gonna have is a banana. I'm usually would do a cooking part of this vlog, but I, I'm not gonna eat that much. So I try to fast at the early mornings. I try not to eat till about 10 a.m. So I wait till I get to work and I eat something that I bring. Other than that, I have trading at 9:25 a.m. today, and then I'm gonna work. When I come back from work, I'm gonna go to the gym, make some trading content, and then relax. Which by that time will probably be 9 p.m. So I'll just go back to sleep and then repeat this day again. But this is what goes on in my day. Quick summary. I'm gonna see you guys when I start getting ready and when I start going to work. Okay, so I also forgot to tell you that I do have a morning drink that I tend to use that helps getting my digestive system going. And ever since I did it, it honestly makes me feel a lot healthier throughout the day. And that's just water, lemon, and creatine. But quite a bit of lemon. So I actually need to look for the lemon juicer. Pop that baby in there. A whole half lemon is ideal. And it's usually a little bit sour, but there we go. Beauty. All right, let's dump this thing. All right, so we got obviously a big nice shot of lemon juice there. Next, I'm gonna fill it up with water. Okay, save some room for some ice. But once we have that, which I need to put in a different area, we now have our creatine. This is just my, I call it the wellness shot, even though it's not a wellness shot. It's just water, lemon, and creatine. I always overscoop because sometimes some creatine gets left up at the bottom of the cup. So I always, always, always overscoop my creatine. Okay, we got some ice. My ice tray is broken, but don't judge me. Why do you think it's broken? Because this shit doesn't come out. Okay, so now that I have that down in check, I don't think I need this, but no, I don't. I have ice in it. I'm gonna save that for my protein shake when I come back home. I'm gonna mix it, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. But why is it so foamy? The fuck? So, I usually get a couple pieces of rock salt, right? Beautiful. And I put these in my drink for electrolytes and for it to kind of clear off my system because it's an exfoliating drink, right? Tastes normal, not soapy. But that's my drink. Okay, so I also do my stretches in the morning, usually in my room, but it's being occupied right now, and I'm not going to record it because my girlfriend's sleeping. Usually I just do it while she's sleeping because she doesn't wake up, but I'm not going to record her sleeping. That's kind of weird, I would think. So I'm going to do my stretches here. I herniated my lower disc in my back not too long ago. So it's going to maintain of normal back stretches and then finish it off with push-ups, sit-ups, just to get my blood flow going because I'm a big believer of everything that you do in the morning dedicates your rest of your day. So I'm going to obviously start with some cobras to decompress my spine. The disc is where it hurts, right? So I just need to go up and down a bunch of times. But again, while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk a little bit about training. You see everything that I'm doing in the early morning, right? I'm even going to work. So that alone is this kind of a routine before my trading. But for actually becoming a profitable trader, you have to kind of have a morning routine like this to get your brain going, to do all that. Ow. And if you are just waking up straight out of bed and going to your setup on your PJs, then you're not going to be profitable because your brain is not fully awake. Your body's not going. Your digestive system isn't on. You have no food in your system to make energy. So while I'm getting ready for work, I'm thinking everything trading right now. Obviously, I'm thinking a little bit of work because I do have to prep myself because it's sales. I can't really do this with my pants, but I'll do the best. But everything that you do in the morning kind of starts your day and dictates what your later day is going to be like, right? If you sleep in, do you notice that sometimes when you sleep in, you don't have a productive day, but the days that you wake up really early, you do? Let that sink in a little bit. Next time you start trading in your pajamas and you don't actually think about what you need to do in the early AM to get your body moving, going. And wow, that is a big bug. Motherfuck. ADHD, I'm sorry. But yeah, so you see my morning routine, it's not that much. I'm not going on a run, I'm not going to the gym. It's because I go into work, which is a routine in itself. But before that, I drink some healthy drink, I do some stretches, right? I brush my teeth, I do shower, I do all of that. That is a morning routine in itself as the bare minimum. You should at least be getting up and showering before your trading session. If you are waking up at 9:20 a.m. and trading at 9:30, that's not how it's going to work, right? You have to treat it at least like a base job, right? You don't go to work without showering in your underwear. You don't go to trading without showering in your underwear. So this is my morning routine. I'm now actually going to go to the train because it's now 7:10 and I leave to the train at 7:30. So I will see you guys at the train station. The one time I forget to pay, there's a ticket person here, so I'm praying that they don't come and get me, but the train's here. Hello, can I get a sausage McMuffin with no egg, please?
Pretty much. No egg, no cheese.
Yep.
Large double. And an extra 3 hash browns.
Thank you. Alright, we're starting this day. I hope my audio is working because these are new microphones, and if you can't hear me, then that's a shame. It is disgusting out. It is so humid you can't even breathe. Now, I made the mistake by wearing a knitted sweater, but you can see how humid it is. There's not that much fog, but you can barely see the CN Tower. But I'm walking to work. Obviously, I can't record in work, but yeah, I started at 8:30, finished around 5 p.m. Not too bad, not too shabby. But I might record a little bit inside of work if I can. Obviously, it's not that entertaining because it's just sales, business development, whatever. But I will be streaming at 9:20, so I'll record that because I'm going to be on a break, so I won't really need to hide my recording because they know I will be. I'll be streaming, so at least I can stream and record. But walking to my work, I'm actually putting my brain into trading mode, which is funny because I'd probably get in trouble for that, but no one will ever know. But everything I do leading up into the session is trading. I'm thinking about trading, everything, all the mode is locked in on trading. You aren't from Toronto if you don't know how to jaywalk, let's just say that. But as of right now, I don't even know what the charts look like. All I know is from what I saw yesterday, and I'm leaning towards bullishness. I'm anticipating that the markets are up just a little bit. I'm not anticipating it's up like 2%, right? But I am anticipating that we are going to turn up higher based off the previous price action. Now, going into the markets, I need to understand that it could potentially be cut risk today, but it is 8:30 a.m. news. So it is probably going to be high probability for my 9:30 manipulation Judas swing model. Other than that, just thinking about how I need to stay composed with my risk management, because you guys really don't understand, but every little thought that you actually do translates into how you act, especially in the markets. And I have some terrible song playing in my ear. But I'll be at work in about 2 minutes, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up, but then I'll see you guys when I start trading. And also, I'm not working next week, so next week's gonna be a different type of video, same thing as vlog, but I'm not going to work, so it'll be a little more entertaining, but I won't be in Toronto. But I'll see you guys at the New York AM session. All right, I couldn't stream at work, so I'm taking my obviously 2-hour break 20 minutes earlier, which will give me not less time to stream, but less time to go get some food. And it's a 2-hour unpaid break. But I got some coffee, headed to my buddy's place, took the TTC, and I'm gonna stream there, and then I'll be back at my workplace. But I don't know. I'm allowed to stream, but I'm not allowed to have a camera out and record myself, which is weird. But I'll let them go because they've been super nice with my streaming and everything. So you know what? It's not a big pain if I have to take an extra 20 minutes off of my unpaid break and go to my buddy's house. So I actually might do that now that I'm starting to stream.
Every champion has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit.
See, in your life, everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can...
All right, I finished the time lapse early so I could pull out this vlog and show you guys the winning trade that we're in. I already took 2 partials off, so that's the final partial, or known as the take profit. Beautiful long today. Easy 930 Judas macro model. And I did the stream outside, which is a huge regret, but if you're watching this stream, you're gonna see this on YouTube. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'll see you guys after the stream. Okay, so I have a little bit of time right now. I finished working about an hour and a half, so I'm just taking like a little break room break for like 15 minutes. And I want to talk a little bit about confidence in the market. So we had a very successful trading day today. It was a very clean long, but a lot of my students did not actually take it because they weren't confident on the entry because it was aggressive. Now, don't get me wrong, the logic was still my logic, my macro logic. There's like a divot in my hair, but it's because I was outside. The logic was still my juice macro logic, but the actual 1 minute entry was a little bit more difficult today. And a lot of people didn't end up taking the trade. And the reason why is because of confidence. Now, it's harder to have more confidence than me on my own model. But the reason why traders aren't confident is 2 factors. Is because they're just not experienced enough, or because they don't trust in their model. And what do I mean by trusting in their model? Well, you can be confident for 2 factors. 1, you just get smacked around so many times for so many years that eventually you try everything else and then stick to your rules and figure out that that's how it works. Or 2, you study so much that you know over time that your model works. So you're confident that over time, even if you get in a losing streak, you're going to come back up into your actual profits as long as you stick to your model. Now, not being confident comes from either having an unprofitable model or not trusting yourself that you're going to stick to your model in drawdown. So I've been trading a paper trading account in all market conditions for about like a year now. See, whenever I don't want to trade because of bad market conditions, I just go on paper, and I consistently trade a paper trading account. Now, that paper trading account is doing best out of all of my other accounts, and I wonder why. Why? It's because I've been consistent. I don't care about it. And because I don't care about it, I'll do my entry. If I lose, I get off. If I win, I get off. I don't care. I just do what I'm set to do. And that's what you have to do in trading, is you have to first find a profitable model that when you can do that, you still benefit from it, right? If you're trading an unprofitable model or concepts and you're sticking to it and you're following all your rules, you're just going to end up negative, right? So that comes from testing and finding either a proven model from somebody else or finding a model from your own self. And once you have a profitable model, then you have to be a profitable trader. And to be a profitable trader, you just have to be disciplined enough to let the model play out, trusting in it, knowing that even if you take 4 losing trades in a row, that over time, those 4 losing trades are going to be made back because you're a profitable trader. See, when being confident in the market actually pays off is when you can consistently show up to the markets over time. I can have 5 losing days in a row, but in 50 days, I'm not going to have more than 25 losing days because that's a negative win rate, right? And I don't have a negative win rate over time. So the odds of having 25 losses out of 50 trades are very, very low as long as I stick to my model. That's why I was so confident in taking my trade, because I understood that it was my model. So because I was confident in adding more positions and taking that trade, I was able to actually take the entry that I wanted to take and ride it out to my take profit, while a lot of other people were more scared to take it, and then they ended up tweeting saying, I missed out on this one, waiting for a fair value gap fill. If you see your model form, take it even if you're not confident, because that builds confidence, is trusting it over time. If you aren't confident in the markets, you shouldn't even be trading live accounts or funded accounts. You should still be demo trading until you're confident even in demo trading. But I just want to talk a little bit about trading psychology because I feel like I didn't talk about that enough today. I'm going to be finishing work very soon, but I do have to go. And then I will see you guys when I am done work, either in Toronto walking or back on the train or back at home for the gym session. But other than that, I'll see you whenever I can record next. All right, I just got home, and this is where the tiredness hits. The train station caught on fire. So I actually got home about 30 minutes later than I wanted to, just because I had to Uber home. So yeah, that was a little bit of a pain in the ass, but this is where I get tired. This is where the grind has to come in. I am exhausted. I just finished a 10-hour shift. I am so tired, and that's how it is every day. But I have to go to the gym, and I have to produce some content, and then I can go to sleep. And this is the part where I need to give myself a little bit of a prep talk and get myself through and reward myself with some sleep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my work. Now you're gonna see me do my other work, which is what I choose to do on the side of my actual full-time job. I think it just had a stroke saying that. But yeah, you can hear it in my voice. But I'm also going to make something to eat. I might show you guys that. I might not, depending on how convenient it is. And other than that, I will probably either see you guys at the gym or when I'm making a meal. All right. As you can see, it's a little dark out. It's 9:30. I got home at around 7. I went out with the dogs. I came back. I started cooking at around 7:45. I finished cooking at 8. I ate my food at about 8. Finished eating at about like 8:20 to 8:30. And then I sat on my bed, literally scrolled on TikTok, and I look at my phone and 40 minutes have gone by. Like, I'm stressing over 40 minutes. I remember being unemployed and being in high school and like scrolling on TikTok for 4 hours and it's still being 2 p.m. Now, I spend 40 minutes of my own time and it's dark out. So I'm going to the gym and then I'm going to be back. I'm going to do my work and go to sleep late and not get that much sleep and repeat the same thing over and over again tomorrow. But I will see you guys at the gym. Okay, I know I said I was going to the gym. I still am going to the gym, but I remembered I have a tripod in my car right now. And I'm going to pull some Sam Sulek type videos. I don't know if you know, that gym content creator influencer who just talks about some real stuff in his car on the way to the gym, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that just because, like, you know, why not? But first, obviously, I'm going to start it off by the main topic of this whole YouTube account, and that's day trading. I've already talked about confidence in the markets, but I want to talk about just growing in the markets in general and how to actually grow as a trader. And growing as a trader doesn't just come with time, right? And I'm not saying just, because you also need time in the markets to grow, just like you need time in anything else, right? But it also comes with how fast a trader can follow their set of rules. And it's getting a little bit dark with bad lighting here, but I'm going to try my best. And what I mean by that is you look at people like Jade Cap, and Jade Cap has made a lot of money, but he's also been trading for 10 years now, and he just started becoming actually like pretty profitable. And then you look at traders who've been trading for 1, 2, 3 years, and they're making a lot of money. I'm not saying Jade Cap level, but more than what Jade Cap was making in his third year. And you kind of ask yourself two things. One, why? And two, is it possible for you to achieve that in that short period of time? And the question is, yes, it is possible. But the question is, are you willing to follow your rules? Because 90% of traders waste years by model hopping and thinking that it's their price reading that's a problem, when it's actually their discipline and sticking to the actual model that they have set out for themselves. So if you find a profitable model, if you get to the stage where you can pass funded accounts and then you blow it, or maybe you get close to passing funded accounts, if you can get to that stage where you are good at reading price action, but then when you have a losing trade or 2 losing trades, you end up blowing your accounts, you are fully capable of becoming profitable in the span of 6 months from that point. All you need to do is actually do what you say you're going to do by sticking to your model, taking a loss and accepting it and moving on and not tilting at all. And if after a few months you still can't find profitability, then you switch your model and find something that's profitable. And in the span of 6 months, that gives you 3 attempts every 2 months, right? 2, 4, 6. And that gives you 3 attempts to find a profitable model. And if you can't do that by then, you need to go back into tape reading and figure out how to read price action, because it's pretty hard not to be profitable or have a over 50% win rate if you are fully sticking to your rules. So that's what I want to talk a little bit about trading. But what I want to talk a little bit about psychology here is I'm coming back from my job. I'm physically and mentally tired of everything. I'm not taking pre-workout because it's dark out, it's getting late, and I need to go to sleep. And if I take caffeine, I will be up. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do any of this. And the promise to myself that I'm making isn't with the motivator of success, because I know I'm going to be successful. I'm already successful, but I know I'm going to be more successful. All right, what does going to the gym have to do with success? I can go to sleep now, wake up early, and go to work on full energy. I'm already on the path to making a lot of money. And a lot of money, I mean hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. But I'm not ever going to get to the point where I'm going to say I'm satisfied. Because once I do that, well, I'm not going to say never, but at the early stage, I'm not going to say I'm satisfied. Because once I do that, I will kind of lose where I am. And that's happened to me when I got my first girlfriend. As I got comfortable and I gained weight and all that, but that's a different story. So why am I doing this? To just, 1, stay mentally sane, but 2, not to lose myself in, I would say, greed, but also being comfortable. And it's mainly the sole driver, right? My mom's still not working a job, still renting, so I still got things to do. And also, I think it's very important to always maintain a healthy body. But other than that, my camera battery is running low, so I do need to save the battery percentage. I'm also on the highway, so I shouldn't be recording. But yeah, man, just got to show up every single day, tired or not, right? I'm so tired right now, but I'm still going. But I'll see you guys now at the gym.
Every champion has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every winner.
A light leg day. because I obviously can't squat. I can't put weight on my shoulders. I can only do leg extensions, so I'm gonna mix it up with a core. Leg, core, and a little bit of cardio. Do whatever I can because of this workout. But do whatever I can because of this injury, I mean.
Has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit.
See, in your life, everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. No way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up no matter what.
Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, and you don't have the help, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice.
Okay, so my camera died. Yeah, it was a terrible workout because of my back. I cannot do lower body whatsoever because of my back injury. So whenever I have legs, it is just not a good workout. But I did do what I had to do. It's 11 o'clock now. I need to finish editing this video and do a little bit of work, which I'll show you, and then I'll wrap it up from there.
It's exhausting. We don't all have the stomach for it.
What if it's a mistake? It's a mistake. Rest assured. What do you know? You're going to stumble around, right? And what's going to happen is this. You're going to move to, you're going to not stay in stasis. You're not going to wander around in circles. And I see people like that. They said, well, I never knew what to do, and now I'm 40. It's like, that's not so good. That's not so good. And you might say, well, and there is a literature, too, that suggests that people are a lot more...
Okay, so that is the end of the vlog. Microphone dead, camera dead, but I just finished my work. I am exhausted and I need to go to bed. It is very late. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but it says it's 12:30. And I gotta be up very early tomorrow, so... yeah, I mean, that was the first vlog back. Didn't go as well as planned, but I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it insightful. And that's usually what I've been doing. Maybe I do a little bit more, but that's what I've been doing every single day for a couple years now. So I will be doing some different things this coming week because I'm not working. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think the next vlog I'll start Saturday when I go golfing, which will come out probably on Sunday. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.